Finally, you are a god. Wreak revenge upon the unbelievers!
We are going to wreak revenge upon the unbelievers. We are finally a god. Hello, wildmen. Welcome to level 25 of the original campaign. It's called The Beginning. My channel's called The Beginning. This is fate. Here we are. We start with some spells. We're on a globe with just trails that are connected to other trails, just lines between the bases, essentially. So all three enemy tribes are present. They have biggish bases. But we have a shaman who's in the sky. Who's in the sky. Hello, Jindai. Welcome to the stream, mate. Age of Mythology and Empires and Populous. That's like me, mate. That's exactly the type of things I played. So let's not get too distracted. There's not really much we can do. We're getting attacked quite quick here, actually, but we have a blast and we just knock her in the water. So, yeah.
You have killed the enemy shaman and gained some of her mana.
Now, just because we're in the sky doesn't mean we can cast unlimited spells. We still need our braves. I don't think I'm going to bother harvesting, actually. We still need our braves to generate mana so we can cast said spells. Now, we've got yellow coming now, so just the simple blasts are good enough to put an end to the shaman. And whether they continue attacking or not, I don't know. But I've charged up magical shield. So we can just firestorm this. These guys will run in there and die. Put him there. Oh no, that's too close to the firestorm. Shaman's back in here. We can lightning her. Knock all the followers into the water. I've got to keep an eye on the Matak tribe. So some followers have got in here, but we're okay. Firestorm's done its work. And of course, we could just cast spells willy-nilly anywhere we want to. We don't need to. We don't need to. So this is the original campaign, and we've been playing it over the course of 2 years. There's obviously been a decent hiatus where I wasn't here, because I had another child. Let's stop this guy. I had another child, so everything came on halt, and then I've moved house. We're back now. Some suspicious-looking braves there. So look, blast is just the most powerful spell. If you've ever seen my overpowered spells video, you will know that it is blast. And especially as a god, I mean, what are they going to do? We can kill the shaman, get a mana, which allows us to cast more blasts. Now we are playing on a modded version. We have enabled mods. We're on very hard difficulty, which means the enemies spawn men much quicker. The AI is smarter. There is a damage over time swamp, so the swamp isn't normal. We obviously have the narrator, who we heard at the start, who's ever so politely telling us to wreak revenge upon the unbelievers. So let's tornado this. We'll swamp here. Remember my hotkeys. She'll walk into there. We could, of course, cast our own converts, but right now we're just chilling. We're just chilling. Crux, hello, mate. Thank you for the congrats, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I've just done what you said as well. I've just cast a swamp there, but she's not going in it. I was foolish. So I can cast it there. Now, it is damage over time swamp, so it won't kill her instantly, but she will die if she doesn't move. It doesn't seem like she wants to move, so that's fine. And they don't last forever, as you can see. They do disappear. We're being attacked.
One of your buildings has been
Lost a building.
destroyed, Shaman. The land where it stood is now damaged, and will take some time to become fertile again.
Thanks for the information there, Ashby, mate. Thank you. The memories from the final level of the campaign. Yeah, it's like you finally got the culmination of all the hard work. See you later. These guys are encroaching, so I'll get some magical shielded creatures and bring them here. And then I'll kill the men that come to try and stop them. Hey! So, because we're playing on the high difficulty, they're obviously spawning men much quicker, they train much quicker. So, yeah, the swamp strategy doesn't work as well because it's not everlasting. Unlike the gobstopper from Willy Wonka. The narrator is from the PlayStation version. So the PlayStation version was released a year, I think it was a year after the PC version, and they included voice acting, well, basically voice acting, just narration, in multiple languages, and so it's been modded to work on the PC version if you install the mod. So we're obviously using the multiverse launcher, and we're wasting mana. I was trying to train more troops, but let's send these in. These guys are encroaching. I don't like it. So the trading men. Earthquakes would be good. We could try some earthquake erode combinations at some point. Those are always good. Easy mana. These guys should not be like that. When there's a god in the sky, you can't be grouping like this. You can't be grouping like this. Shaman in there, is she? Not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah, let's go for the earthquake erode strat. See if we can pull it off. We might not have the mana for it quite so soon, but we'll see. I think I just pulled those men out. And the map is fairly large. I mean, look how far it goes. And they aren't allied to one another, so they don't, like, try to kill you. I think they do even attack each other at some points. So there's my preachers coming in. We can hypnotize these ones. Easy peasy. Such a chill campaign. I know a lot of people who don't play the game regularly, you know, they come back to it every couple of years or so for the nostalgia. I'm sure there's some of you watching who are in that boat. You get to this point, you feel like you've come through your struggles. It's been a tough campaign, but for someone who's played the game a long time, and especially if you've played any like portion of the multiplayer scene, you'll find the original campaign a bit too easy. So this is all just a bit trivial for me now. And let's tornado the tower. It might pick the shaman up as well. How are we doing over here? Looking all right. Stop that guy. We're going to lose the magical shield. Put it back on. The shaman did die, so I'll take that. These guys have been a bit stupid, really. They should be attacking. Should be stopping my preachers, but they're not. Free mana, thank you. And free mana, thank you very much. You couldn't get the multiverse launcher running on Linux. Linux? Linux? I don't even know what it says. Yeah, I know nothing about Linux. I've only ever been a Windows user, and I don't think multiverse is optimized for... I don't even think optimized is the right word. I just don't think it's compatible with anything other than Windows. And, you know, the player base of Populous beginning isn't really large enough to warrant all that work, I suppose. Which is a shame, you know. So if you want to get this, available on Linux, put the word out. Let's bring the game back. Have a renaissance 26 years later or so. Right, let's see. Who should we attack? With the... I think green. See, these guys are attacking each other, and you'd think you've got a shaman that's in the sky. You'd think you'd all want to target her, but no. This could be good. So you earthquake, erode, and let's see if we get anything good. Well, it's done some damage. I think earthquakes on their own are generally. Do you have any sufficient? What are these guys doing? I won't allow this. Warriors are coming in. Let's train some more men. Population is rising because we are building. And that's fine. Giwai Lala, hello mate. There is something about this game, Tom. There definitely is. Just gotta... I'm trying to keep it alive, just at least in your memories as well. So thanks for popping by, mate. I appreciate it. I've been very surprised with these midweek streams that I'm able to do now and then. Seems to catch a few people who aren't available to catch like the weekend streams. I thought they'd be quieter, but these do well, so I'm glad you're here to watch. We need to decide what we're going to do after this level, to be honest, because we are just chilling. But I feel like it won't take long to beat this level, especially if we tried. But we'll just take it nice and slow. So my warriors, what happened? Think she got in the way? I'll kill her. Is Pop RE still alive? It is, yes. Populous reincarnated, the multiplayer scene is still alive. Yeah, people are still playing multiplayer. I did a stream 2 weeks ago, nearly. We did an 8-player free-for-all. We did 2 of them, and I was like the dungeon master. So it was 8 people playing, and I was giving them rules and restrictions on how they could play. I'm just going to firestorm this because it's going to look good. I know it's not really great, but you know, we can just cast things, man. We can cast things. Like this shaman, is she going to walk this way or this way? She walks this way, she walks into the blast, she goes into the water. Here comes this one. And she goes into the water. Oh, these guys, right. Let's see if we can do a little counter attack here. Let's go for an Angel of Death, because everyone likes an Angel of Death. So, I don't think they have many trained troops, actually. They've got that over there. If we just lightning these buildings. That's 90 seconds of no trained troops. Unless they want spies, but they can have all the spies they want. Used to replay the level Bloodlust a lot. Yeah, that's I think that's my favourite Jindai. I always get asked what's my favourite, and I don't really have an answer. But anytime I load up the game, just to test something, or generally it's to test something, or to capture something for a video or something, I always end up going to Bloodlust. It's always the one level I go to. I don't know why. Much just like the beach textures. Right. We want some more men. We could get balloons and stuff. Might overcomplicate things. Where are my men? So she cast Hypnotize on my men, so we can hypnotize them back along with some of those men. Can we magical shield them as well? You cannot magical shield hypnotized men. Put that in my magical shield spell breakdown whenever that gets released. I probably just knew that, but I've forgotten a lot of things. Forgotten a lot of things. Used to play back in 07, 09. Well, I was still playing in 07. I stopped about 09 myself. I played about 04 to 09, then I didn't play. And then I came back to the scene back in 2016. But I don't play. I used to play a lot, like competitively as much as I could. I haven't done that since I left in 09, really. Back to the EOD. Right, come on. Let's sneak these guys in. Get some invis and we'll sneak them in. Make sure she's dead. I don't like the way they're building towards me. Everyone seems to be doing that. The Yellow's not doing it. They're happy with their 2 towers. Hello, Dalrook. How you doing, buddy? Old buddy, old pal. Do you know the levels that were made for the PC demo? There are levels that are not in the full version. Yeah, I know the levels indeed. I used to play the demo a lot as a kid. I think I played it more than the original game for a period when you were, because obviously the first level was the same. That's my own man. Just killed my own man. The first level was the same as the first level in the main game. Although it had like spells on the spell panel that you could see, but were crossed out. Like you could see the volcano just to tease you for better spells. Second level was completely unique. I think that's the one I probably just played the most. Because it was something like... it was just a cute little level. It had the nice texture. And it had a nice vault of knowledge you can get, and there wasn't too many spells, it wasn't complicated. It was a nice level. And the third level, because there was only 3 levels on the demo, the third level was... Essentially, it was level 8 of the original campaign, of the main game. But it was missing most of the map, and it was a different texture. So yeah, I think the second game, the second level was the best one, I think. Back when we had time to actually play, Frank, yeah, you're telling me. I'm doing well to even get these streams in, mate. I'm doing well to get these streams in. Oh, you wanna do this, do you?
You cannot build here. Your plan is too close to other buildings.
I'm being told off.
Try moving it further away.
I'm being told off. Right, we're taking over this area. In fact, screw you. I would like this boat. This boat will be mine. Thank you very much. Oh, gotta save it. Gotta save it. Gotta save it. Oh, I've done the opposite. We can get another one. Blast it straight on, see where it goes. It's gone in the hut. Can you get it out the hut? You can. Is it going to go back down? Oh, it's going to explode. There we go. So these guys are just patrolling. Because they patrol, they're not going to break out. But if you just... That guy's like, I'm going to fight. I am not going to preach. I wanted to be a warrior. Alright, okay. I guess the shaman dies. So we catch the shaman. Oh, we're being attacked. Oh no, they're attacking each other. You know what I mean? They're attacking each other. They've got more important things that they should be doing. They should be focusing on the god. But no, they have their little quarrel between themselves. The shaman did die, right? Not letting her get my men. Yeah, Continental Divide, but harder. They can access. They had access to Firestorm in the third level of the campaign. Do you think? What is this terrible, terrible Angel of Death doing? Let's just blast everything. Right, fill the towers. That'll annoy them. Why is there a Brave gun in there? Earthquakes did some damage. Look at all this. We could get 10 men, position them here, just... What's the word I'm looking for? Rampage through. We'll rampage through. Wasn't there a trailer for Dungeon Keeper 2 and there's something in the demo? Correct, yeah. Yeah, not the demo, yeah, correct, Crux. It was in the main game. That is not the route you were supposed to take. Who won? Angel of the Death won. Why did they go this? They went this way. So I've told them to go here. And rather than running along here, they've run through this way. That's why Pathfinder is terrible on this level as well. It's just, it's not too great. It's not the greatest. I feel like some tornadoes now. Oh, look at this. I sent a preacher in there, didn't I? Okay. A little fortification of fire warriors here. They are really building right next to us. There we go. We'll keep building up this way as well. Now, we're on the multiverse launcher, so there was no population limit. There was still the 80 building plan limit. So we might hit that. But our populations will rise. Right, what do I want to tornado? I feel like tornado and just some big things. Well, we could do the tornado lightning trick. I should guarantee that disappears. I didn't even see the lightning. Did you guys even see the lightning? Did I cast a lightning? I don't even know if I cast a lightning there. Was it too quick? Hey, the lightning's not casting. Do you see that? I gotta wait a second. I'm doing this too quickly. Right, let's get him out there. Let them die. These guys alright over here? Guy wants to go out. I'm sure he does. Best thing about this level is how the Matak and Chimera at each other's swords without too much aid from the player. Best thing, or the worst thing. This level made my worst levels in Populous at the beginning for reasons just like that. I think they should all be allied against you, and it should be more difficult. It is a bit too easy. Angel of Death there, love? We'll see if we can get to the hut plan limit. Alright, we should be looking good there. Tornado spam. Oh, look at the mana come in. 4 tornadoes. Did you ever play the Age of Chaos mod? I did. I have the playthrough on my channel. Now, it's not via the Multiverse launcher. It was long before the Multiverse launcher. It was probably one of the first campaigns I did, so I don't think the video quality is going to be too great. But yes, I played that miserable experience. Absolutely miserable. And I don't even know if it's very playable now on the Multiverse launcher, because it is... It was like... I think it was the first ever custom campaign. User-created campaign. So it's got a lot of quirks, a lot of bugs. For some reason, they shipped it with its own installer, which I would never recommend using, ever. It actually had horrible textures as well, so at least on the Multiverse launcher, we didn't include the horrible textures. Yeah, there's some videos on YouTube about the globe and its spherical effect. Remember seeing a middle-aged fella doing one a couple of years back, just out of nowhere, and it was pretty good. Have you been playing The Witcher now, Lavenji, mate? How you doing? I don't know. The Witcher now, at least it's... I've just done that like 3 times. Well, I don't know. Then again, if in 10 years' time, if you look at the witching hour, the way we look at... Will we look at the witching hour the way we look at Age of Chaos? I hope so. I hope we're somehow... We evolve even more within 10 years. We've got even better things. But I do suspect we'll still be looking at the same game in 10 years' time. You didn't know this level existed? Did it exist in the PlayStation version? I can't remember when we played through if it did. Oh well, there goes one tribe. Where did I put those warriors? Or were they the ones that ran around? Yeah, they might be. Yeah, something... I don't even think it... I can vaguely remember it not existing. I don't know why. Gina. Ingenuity was given run over fun. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. The whole not saving as well. Especially the level that... There was a level that crashed. What are these doing? You guys are going nuts. There was a level that crashed a lot and you couldn't save it, so you just have to keep replaying it. It was certainly an experience of End of the Witching Hour. The Witching Hour was certainly an experience. I'm going to go and clear up the achievements at some point. And then I may revisit it later on, try to do the harder difficulties, but maybe once they fix a few bugs if they do intend to do that. Journey's End 2. That doesn't ring a bell, but you could be right there, Dalruk. Again, last time I did the PlayStation playthrough, I was severely drunk, so I don't really remember much. That's on YouTube as well. It's like a 9-hour video or something. Cut plan limit? Yeah, we reached it. There we go. So what's our max pop at the minute? 390. Yes, we're going to get over 400. Loads of mana. Your speedrun's 11 hours 41 seconds. When did you do a PS1 speedrun? That's a long shift, Lavenji. That's a long shift. Unless you got some whiskey to tide you over, though. Alright, should we go for a Volk? Nothing says end of the campaign like a nice volcano. Never had a PlayStation as a child, Crux. Did you have any console? I never had anything Nintendo. Anything at all. So when people talk about like Zelda and stuff and Mario, I never played it. Still never played that. So I have no like emotional attachment to those type of games. But PlayStations I definitely had. And I've got a lot of nostalgia for some PlayStation games. Trying to rebuild it here, Ellie? Not on my watch. She'll be in this tower, is she? Oh, she went for the swarm, but I just cast it. The swarms worked anyway. The swarms worked anyway. There's a Volk. I'm just gonna cast it here. That would be a waste. Oh, this is where I sent me, man. Yeah, that's right. Green looking dead. I've encroached back on them there. So Volcano 4. Would it look good if a volcano here? Because then we'll get all the lava run down here. Yeah, why not? And then we'll cast some earthquakes at like the base of it. See if the lava runs even further. Let's find out. See if I timed that right. There it is. Look at that beaut. In all its glory. Didn't do much damage, but you know, we've got enough mana, I think. Loads of mana. Absolutely loads. She just stood there, is she? Not anymore. Age of Chaos was made by WAG, Frank, you're right, yeah. And again, the bugs and the textures, crazy. But they touted it as like, for a while it was Populous 4. And then Populous Tribal Conquest, which was like, their version of Populous, was touted as Populous 4. Everything's being touted as Populous 4. No, there was no Populous 4. I don't care what Jimmy Hunter says about the DS version of Populous. Nobody's calling that Populous 4. Alright. Volk. There's no Populous 4. There's 1, 2, and 3. And you know, I've still never played Populous 1 or 2. Hello, Alice. That was a nice volcano. We really opened the lands up here. We're getting a lot of mana now. We're at the point where we're charging volcanoes like we're charging a land bridge. Don't know how much mana she's got anymore, but she wants to stand there. She's going to have to stand on a volcano. But in this Populous 4 will be black and white. I don't think so. I can see what you're saying though. God. It is more like Populous 1 and 2 in that respect, isn't it? I think that's the difficulty. You think of Populous at the beginning, and it's like, compared to 1 and 2, it's a completely separate game. So if you say Populous 4, is it going to go back to its roots, or is it going to go from Populous to the beginning? And Populous 1 and 2 were more vastly popular than 3. That's due to the time of release, of course. They were released like 10 years before Populous at the beginning. And that's when that type of gaming was new and hot. But I think God games in general, they just haven't they haven't aged, have they? No one really likes them. You love Black and White? What a game. Yeah, I played Black and White. I remember playing it on my Packard Bell computer that my mother got. It was the worst computer ever. It barely run anything. And I remember struggling to run it, but I was still enjoying slapping a cow. Don't really remember much other than slapping a cow and the good and the evil demons. Or the angel and the demon, I should say, on your shoulder. And as a kid, you were like, yeah, I want to listen to that red guy. He'll tell me what to do. Let's get all my men patrolling so they're not wasting mana. We're at 459 pop. How many Angel of the Deaths can we cast? So that was about 27 when I cast that. There is Reprisal Universe, a game like Populous 1 and 2. Not a fan of the land flattening main game loop. Yeah, I don't know if I'd enjoy. Like a 1 and 2 type of game. I don't think that's for me. I think this is good because it's got the action. It's not really a god game, is it? Let's be honest. This isn't really a god game when you control the shaman. She's got godly powers, but it's more like witchcraft, isn't it? This is closer to god game, I suppose, because now we're a god. And we control units, I suppose. If we had the hand instead of a cursor, and we could pick people up, I suppose. But yeah, 20 seconds to charge an Angel of the Death, therefore. Oh god, look at it go! Push her in the water. Oh, she's going for it. She's in. Let's see what she does. Let's give her one last hurrah before I ascend to the heavens permanently. She's got an earthquake. Any volcanoes, love? Any volcanoes? Spamming me. Tornado. Hypnotize. Earthquake was alright. She's lightning that tower specifically. Now my Braves are on her. She's going for the other tower. Is she going to blast though? Or is she just going to die to these Braves? And she's just going to die to the Braves. Well, for that, I'm not amused. We have to volcano on these towers. Where's the Matak? They're getting attacked. They still get attacked by the Chimara. Brilliant. I'll help them out. Get rid of these huts where they're populating. So we actually lost some men there. And there's that volcano, done some damage. The fact that Populous is beginning to turn into an RTS and pure God sim was constant vision, I believe. Yeah, you're right. That was a huge critique, I think, from most gaming journalists at the time. Just lightening these builds. So this is supposed to be a prequel, isn't it? So once we complete this level, we then become Populous 1 and Populous 2. Should maybe do that. Now I've ascended. Now I have to go and control things. I imagine there's been no remasters of Populous 1 or 2 either. Bulk. Angel of the Death. The University loved Goddess. Is it Goddess or Goddess? I remember hearing about that, but didn't do well. What was the other one? Begin with an L? Was it 2 words? I can't quite remember. There was a one that was meant to be a new Populous one. This must be like 10 years ago, more than that now. Was it 2 words? From Dust, that's it, I remember, it's 2 words, yeah, From Dust. That was supposed to be another Populous successor, wasn't it? Visually, you thought, oh, this is going to be good, but then it's just not. And there's been a few, like, articles or messages from, like, small indie devs saying I've created a game as a spiritual successor to Populous the Beginning. Specifically, Populous the Beginning. And there's just... It just doesn't look or feel like Populous the Beginning. Maybe you've inspired by it because, I don't know. You've got tribesmen. I think the closest thing we've got to a spiritual successor is Ethan's, is it a board game, you would say? Like his, Warhammer type thing where he's created units, models of fire warriors, shamans and things like that. And there's like a board you can battle and things. I haven't looked enough into that to be qualified to say exactly what genre that is, but I think that's the type of thing. Tabletop kind of thing. Beginning was way ahead of its time. Well, especially with the land-altering spells and whatnot, and the way you could alter the terrain was really... I think that's what captivated a lot of people. I think I can speak on behalf of many people who spent hours just molding the land and doing just crazy things for hours and not even fighting it. Yeah, you would just be building up a crazy base. And then making, like, stories, so, like, this... I remember doing that as a kid, vaguely. Like, you know, this would be, like, the entrance to your base. You'd have some men run up, and you'd be like, well, if you want to come in here, you've got to pay the toll. You've got to pay the toll. The firewalkers run over, and X for the toll. Of course, going... I must have been, like, you know, 10, 11 at this point. Still, using my imagination. The imagination of a lonely man. The closest thing we have is tribal conquest. I discussed that earlier, briefly. I mentioned it. No, it's not Populous 4. It's... What happened here? Wow. Well, I think we've won, so it's just the Matek tribe now to kill, and we're going to ascend to the heavens permanently. We're never going to come down. We're going to be a god. We're going to go to... This is where you would then move on to Undiscovered Worlds, which is the expansion. Where you are a god, but... Well, you here are a god, but you play as a new shaman of a new tribe. And you get to see you as a god cast a load of spells to help the new acolyte out. Dungeon Keeper 2 would like a remake. Isn't that like War for the Overworld, Underworld, whatever it's called? War for the Overworld? That was... It's basically, that's a proper spiritual successor to Dungeon Keeper. At least they've actually got a game. We don't have anything. I don't think they do that in the base game though, Delric. On Continental Divide, if you land bridge the hills, I don't think they land bridge through it. I think that's an anniversary thing. I think. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's true, Avengers, yeah. The experience from going from single player to multiplayer is humongous. Absolutely humongous. And I imagine it's absolutely terrible these days. At least when I did it back in 04. There was a lot of players. I mean, a lot for Populous. And there was a lot of new players. People in the similar boat. People that just found out EA had shut the servers down, so they were moving over here. A lot of people who weren't good at the game, so you were able to find games and play with people. And you could more easily adapt to the strategies that we use. But now, I mean, I don't know how you'd start as a new player, multiplayer. Because there's so few people, and everything's just so tight, and people just play specific maps, and everyone knows everything, and it's just like, Christ, you come in with, you've got to learn an assortment of things. It'd just be so overwhelming. So that was the beginning. From the beginning. That was the original campaign. We've done it. We've beat it. We're gods. That's it. Nothing else. It's all over. It's all over. Oh. And believe it or not, we had very hard mods on there and difficulty stuff, but it doesn't affect it. Once you're a god, you can do whatever you want. Own shaman deaths, 0. Take it. Alright, I'll see you in the next campaign, everyone. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves.